kill over a bitch, but let a rat keep his wife.
Shit, it's record.
On the floor tonight.
Come on, we can't leave out the elephant in the room, man. Come on.
Which one is it?
The hottest topic that's going on. We can't leave out.
Here we go, Juice. Here we go. You finna get me cussed out. You want to talk about T Grizzley though?
We can't leave out T Grizzley. How we can't talk about? We ain't saying T Grizzley. Man, she get 20s and 19s and everything.
Hey, Pam, you ever see Black Chippendale?
Black Chippendale.
You ever see the Black Chippendale, baby? Hey, baby, you ever see the Black Chippendale, baby?
You feel me?
Yeah, feel me. Like in the words of Uncle Juice, you feel me?
For real.
Hey, T Grizzley. Well, let's not say T Grizzley. Let's just say that T Grizzley's aunt / manager, Joe Bina. And just for those who don't know, Joe Bina is from Pontiac, Michigan. I was born and raised in Pontiac, Michigan. I moved to Detroit. I was 15 years old, 1986. I knew JB. I had business association with JB. I know her whole family that takes up in Pontiac. So I know her well. We had a million of conversations prior to her passing. I know her. She was a good person to me. I don't have any complaints about her whatsoever. There was never a bad moment between her and I. Whenever I needed some assistance, and Joe Bina was like the most powerful manager in the city of Detroit because of T Grizzley's overall success. So she had a lot of power, a lot of influence. She made a lot of contacts and connections. She never hesitated to share those connections and contacts with me. She was murdered in 2019, I believe November 2019. She was shot on the east side of Detroit. She was shot 8 times while visiting a family member with T Grizzley. T Grizzley was not in the car. Just recently, the whole world found out that the person who they say allegedly took her life is on trial in the city of Detroit right now. He just finished week 1 of the trial. He didn't say that T Grizzley played any role in it whatsoever. But you have a lot of bloggers, a lot of YouTubers, and a lot of just people who are surmising that T Grizzley has some involvement with it. I personally don't think it's true at all. I know T Grizzley. I know him well. I know Jobina, JB. We call it JB. JB grew up under me. I've been knowing her for 20 years plus. So they're you have all the bloggers who put together a bunch of pieces of the puzzle because the person who they say is responsible for killing JB is associated with Lil Durk's OTF and the 600 crew, Booka and all them boys out of Chicago. What do you guys feel about? Have you guys been following the story? How y'all feel about it? What have y'all seen? Give me a breakdown of what's going on here.
You go first, Boogie.
Yeah, niggas gonna do that, Uncle Juice.
Boogie? What happened?
Say, Boogie?
It's the story that's out there. They say it been out there. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. But you, Doggy, you know the relationship between her and T Grizzley. If the relationship was and is what you saying it is, then I don't know what it is. I need more info to come out.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Pammy. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to step away. That was a family call. Catch me up real quick. I'm sorry, so that I can.
Grizzley, the person, T Grizzley's aunt / manager, the person who believed in him at the beginning of, not the beginning of his career, but when he came home from prison in Kentucky, his aunt, through marriage, started to invest in his career. And this was the beginning of the whole first day out thing. So when he turned into a superstar, Joe Bina Brown, aka JB, was the person who invested money in T Grizzley's career that catapulted him into superstardom. She was murdered in, I believe, November 2019. The person who killed her is from Chicago, allegedly. He's on trial. He's in trial for her murder right now in the city of Detroit. They're trying to tie his relationship into Lil Durk and OTF and 600 and Booka. They're trying to tie all that together, and they are alleging that T Grizzly played a role or participated or contracted this person to kill his
Take
aunt.
his aunt? Take his aunt out?
Yeah. That's what the allegations are. So we're addressing this here. Now, I know T Grizzly personally, and I know JB. JB is I'm originally from Pontiac, Michigan, which is a town about 20 minutes north of Detroit. I know her. I knew her. I've been knowing her before she started managing and investing in T Grizzly. And we maintained a relationship after T Grizzly became a star. I booked him several times in Tampa Bay, twice in Tampa Bay. One in 2016 and one in 2017. So I know JB. We used to talk about T. We used to talk about she gave me whatever advice that she could give me in terms of helping to expand my overall career. She's more than forthcoming. I've never known her and T Grizzly to have anything closely resembling a beef, a disagreement, an altercation. I'm sure that they did have some type of altercations at times or disagreements at times, because what manager and artist doesn't. But I don't know anything that would even amount to something like he is being accused in some circles of having done. I don't believe it. I talked to her. We had intimate conversations, not sexual, no shit like that. But she gave me a lot of game. She exposed me to a lot of stuff. Whenever I called her for some advice, and don't forget, at this point in time, T Grizzly was the hottest rapper in the world at that particular point in time, in 16, 17. And then, so during those times when I would call her, she would always pick up the phone for me. When she would call me and ask me about artists that she could potentially sign, she would ask me to send her music from artists, not just from Detroit, but from all over the country that I was familiar with, to see if they were worthy of being signed. I don't know T Grizzly, and I'm not familiar with anything that I think could have reasonably led to him doing something like that, because he worshiped the grounds he walked on, and T Grizzly is a super loyal type person. If he with you, he with you. So I don't know. I've never heard anything that contrary to that.
Well, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, because see, everybody running with the narrative that is one of Booka man. Booka is a very good friend of T Grizzly. Booka 600 out of Chicago. So evidently, 600 Wu Thang is the one who got caught with the murder weapon and the murder vehicle.
Right.
So everybody running with the thing of that these boys, T Grizzly had it did on that alone, that them his friends, right? But how they know that? We know T Grizzly been very well campaigning and trying to bring everybody, keep peace amongst everybody, the blues and the reds. So how they know that these boys wasn't secretly trying to put T Grizzly in the soft squeeze? What I mean by soft squeeze is have him thinking his life in danger. Why? By throwing some bullets at him. You feel me? And then drive him into their arms of, I need protection. You feel me? Just so happened JB got caught up in the crossfire. You feel me? So you never know if he actually just on how the evidence look, because that's how it go come out that it's T Grizzly, because he know these people. But you don't know what these people minds was, what they was doing, that he didn't know what was going on. You feel me? They could have been trying to work a squeeze on him, and it was gonna come down to that. And she got killed, so now it's looking like that. Him and Booka still friends, because he didn't know what that Booka done played a part in, evidently. You feel me? Just looking at it, saying that who the players are, that he had to put that together, it don't mean he had to. Not saying he didn't put it together, but it don't necessarily mean that he put that play together just because he knows the individual. You feel me? You don't know what their intentions was.
Just because you know somebody don't mean, first of all, most people where we from, just because you know somebody don't mean that you played a part in what a motherfucker did.
Right.
Wow.
Most of the people who get killed, they know the motherfucker who killed them.
Wow.
Niggas ain't getting killed by no strangers. Most motherfuckers who getting killed or getting robbed or whatever is happening by people who you know or people who are familiar with you. That's who targeting you. So just because you know people and may have been in association with somebody, that don't mean that you know or told them or had any knowledge of foresight or forethought what the fuck they was doing. That is the craziest shit in the world. It's even crazier that people are trying to connect the dots and put a motherfucker in the blender like that. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
without solid evidence. You know, you can't go ahead. What you about to say, Henny?
I was just gonna say I agree with public figure Boogie. With Boogie, I gotta see more information on this. But just going off of what I'm hearing right now, do we ever really know the people that are around us? Because you got wives that don't know their husbands is out here killing people and serial killers and all that. So you don't really know, like you said, what's going on in somebody else's mind. You don't know who had some secret animosity or, like you were saying, was running a play. So there's a lot of possibility out here, a lot of speculation going on. And I think until more information comes out, everybody just needs to be quiet, because again, this is how stuff gets blown out of proportion, and then
He ain't on
sometimes
trial for
innocent people get jammed up.
Let me tell you something about closeness.
Mhm.
Over the last years that we've been knowing each other, I've been in a few battles on social media. And those battles had come from people who thought they knew about me and sought to try to expose me.
Right.
And these are people who thought they know. So it comes from the people who are in close proximity to you.
Right.
That's where it comes from. And who would have thought that the motherfucker would have been like, oh, he cheating, or he threatened me. That ain't come from no stranger. That come from motherfuckers who said they knew me.
Well, let me ask you this. Where she was killed at, was she in a specific vehicle? How do we know that he wasn't the target and she caught it?
We don't know. He was in the Uber. He was going to visit his family on the east side of Detroit. In the East Warren, but yeah, I guess it's the Mac, all of 3 miles drive. That's damn near suburbs for real, but it's not suburbs. It's east side. It's deep east. You don't get no deeper east than that. But that area over there is not necessarily known for violence, but that area is it's like a low key laid back spot where motherfuckers go to hide who are some murderous motherfuckers. It's like a low key neighborhood that you go to. You can go lay your head down without worrying about motherfuckers trying to get at you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was out the car. Somebody walked up to the car and started shooting.
Yeah.
So just on that note alone, you got all these YouTubers and bloggers. They telling the narrative, and if social media, if society looking at them, they go convict that man. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
convict him.